It was a cold November night when I got the call from Pine Hollow Diner. I had applied for a part-time job there weeks ago, never expecting to hear back. The manager's voice over the phone sounded oddly relieved when she said, "Can you start tonight?" I hesitated for a moment, but the thought of earning some quick money before the holidays made me say yes. By 8 p.m., I was standing outside the diner, an old roadside building on the outskirts of town, its flickering neon sign casting a faint pink glow onto the empty highway. The rain had just started to drizzle, the kind that makes the air smell of rust and wet concrete. I remember thinking how lonely the place looked, isolated between two stretches of dark forest. Inside, the diner was small but neat. A jukebox sat in the corner, playing a soft tune that felt completely out of place in the quiet emptiness. The smell of old coffee and fried food lingered in the air. The manager, a short woman with tired eyes named Marla, greeted me with a nervous smile. "You'll be working the night shift with Carl," she said, pointing toward the kitchen. "He'll show you around." Carl was a tall, quiet man who looked like he hadn't slept in days. He didn't talk much, just pointed at things, muttered brief instructions, and avoided eye contact. When I asked how long he'd been working there, he paused before replying, "Long enough?" I laughed awkwardly, but he didn't smile back. There was something unsettling about the way he spoke, like every word carried a hidden meaning. The shift started slow. Only 2 customers came in during the first hour, both truckers who ordered coffee and pie, ate in silence and left without a word. I spent most of the time wiping tables and refilling the sugar jars. Around midnight, the rain turned into a storm. The wind howled outside and the lights flickered a few times. Marla had gone home hours ago. Leaving just me and Carl, I was about to ask him something when I noticed he was staring through the window, his face pale and expressionless. "Do you see that?" he whispered. I followed his gaze. Across the road, at the edge of the woods, stood a figure. It was hard to tell if it was a man or woman, just a tall, thin silhouette, perfectly still in the rain. I blinked and it was gone. "Who was that?" I asked, half laughing to hide my unease. Carl's voice was flat. "You saw it too?" I waited for him to explain, but he just walked back into the kitchen. The storm grew worse, and soon the power went out. The only light came from the neon sign outside, bleeding pink through the rain-streaked windows. Carl handed me a flashlight and told me to check the storage room while he reset the breaker in the back. I didn't like the idea of being alone, but I didn't want to look scared either. The storage room was down a narrow hallway behind the kitchen. As I entered, the smell of damp cardboard